I never heard just some people. No, no, no.
Oh my goodness.
Morning.
Listen. Sometimes for things, I think we need like a sunrise uncut. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like a sunrise unfiltered to get everybody on the joke sometimes. But you know what? Laughter is better than fussing and fighting.
It is.
And laughter, it keeps the wrinkles away and your heart happy, all right? So a good laugh as daylight, let me tell you.
As morning light.
It helps to set
one thing about
for the day.
We're going to laugh.
We're going to laugh. I'm going to tell you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dennis, have you ever been somewhere and you get a joke, right? All right. There are some people who you cannot get a joke around them because there are times when you get a joke, but you cannot laugh at that time. However, there are some people who, when you get a joke amongst them, yo. Hey, remember
and
one?
And some people, and them laugh, they can't laugh.
And, yeah, and you're like, seriously? Are you for real right
you're
now?
You're like that though.
Me?
Yeah, you stay that way there.
Oh my God, then it's me?
Sometimes, what you guys don't know, you see, after the show done, and like we're supposed to go into our like post-mortem, sometime we're there for long, and I'm like, we need to leave, but the joke then. Actually, the people them don't know. If them turn on back the camera, may I tell you, advertisement sell.
That is so true. I believe you. Here.
If them turn on back the camera afterward,
no,
trust
because some things are just like I remember. I laughed once to the point where I wheezed, like my wheeze.
Yeah,
the way I laugh, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I love to laugh, and you have some people they take themselves so seriously. Them can't. It's like them have a Spanish town handcuff face. What a yo.
So hold on. So Spanish town handcuff different than regular handcuff?
It's very strong from back in the day. yeah, it's very
Spanish
strong.
town handcuff?
Yeah, it's just
I've never heard that one. Spanish, that's a thing? People say that? Spanish town handcuff?
I say that. You know what I mean? You feel stuff like Spanish town handcuff. Yeah, that's that.
But I think if we examine the etymology of Spanish town handcuffs, they would have been different, given that Spanish town was the original location where executions were performed in Jamaica.
That's why you're bright.
And so when you were taking a person who was sentenced to death to the gallows,
the handcuffs had to be
of particular strength and fortitude, such that
they could not escape
their final fate.
Young
Hence, thou art tough.
Like Spanish town handcuff. There ended the read of Dennis Lations, verse 1 and verse 6. Yeah, 1 and verse 6. Yeah, I love it. I like that etymology there and how you just went along. It works. I definitely agree with that. But you know, you have to laugh, and I think when you laugh and you have fun, it helps to keep that youthful exuberance, you know? Some people, again, they're just always miserable.
Always serious.
Always serious and just always miserable. Miserable. You know, they need to heal. Get the love. Yeah. You know, in a primary school, it says, smile a while and give your face a rest. Raise your hand to the one you love the best. Then shake hands with those nearby and greet them with a smile. So some people tell them all morning. I'm like, what are you? Did just like you start already?
No, and
or they don't answer.
No, that happens a lot. And then, or sometimes you like think somebody, I mean, you and them alone, I walk past in a little space and like you raise your head to say good morning and them just hold on them head. I'm like,
why? Yeah. And I don't have to know you to say good morning. You know what I mean?
But them say them. But you. Well, I'm from Spanish Town. You're from Kingston proper. Yeah. But like them say, Kingston people, I saw them stay.
That's some of them, and I agree.
Well, people in urban spaces tend to be that way.
Yes, very.
Very insular into themselves.
Yeah.
And you know who stays out? Like people in apartment complexes.
Yes.
I find that like people in apartment complexes will walk past each other and never say anything. And I'm wondering, you live so close to each other in this modernized tenement system, because that's what it is.
Yes.
And I find it so strange. Like so if you're having an emergency,
I'm gonna have to call Dennis.
Who are you gonna call? The person who you walk past every day?
I give you one better. And I remember a situation where somebody fainted. She dropped down, right? And the very security guard that you would pass every day and not say good morning, that security guard was there that morning when she fell down and had to help her. So I said this to say, just have some manners.
Yeah.
And just be light in your spirit. I know we all go through things. We all have our basket. Everybody had a sore foot. We all have our issues.
Yeah.
But that does not negate the fact that we can still be mannerly. We can still be polite. Good morning. Hi, good afternoon. How you do? You have some people, them come, yo, Dennis, so good morning to you too.
Good morning to you
hello.
too. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
But the funny thing is that some people, them stay and the exact same way them stay with that bad manners, them growing them child like that.
Yes.
And like I find that sometimes Jackson tell people too much good man. I'm like, all right, Jackson, finish.
Because you grow him good.
Yeah, it's a little off-putting sometimes when like you hear him say good morning, and person not answering, and I'm like, Jackson, stop now. Stop.
Understand.
You understand?
Yeah. But Jackson, nothing is wrong with you. It's the adults. It's the adults, sweetie. You're great.
Yeah.
And to all the kids who say good morning and the adults don't respond, it's not you, sweetie. It's the adults.
It's the adults.
It's them.
It's
okay?
all about
Keep
adults.
saying good morning. Keep saying good afternoon. And aunties like me, we appreciate you, and I say good morning back.
Precisely.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Precisely.
So, manners but manners carry through the world, Dennis.
Yes.
And you know what irks my nerves? Like when you go even to a place of business and you're buying something, you know, and you say good morning, good afternoon, how are you? Fine.
Yeah.
So then me just stand up to know, come here, wait, come here and say, all right, watch our style here. And then the person will be like, yes, so I say, aren't you gonna ask me how I'm doing? I said, when somebody pays you a courtesy and asks you how you're doing, the right thing to do and the polite thing to do is ask them back, and how are you? I'm magnificent, thank you so much for asking. Right. Yeah.
But people are like, that takes too much work.
No, it doesn't. It makes the situation better and lighter. Unless somebody is just rude to you, or you and the person have an argument, or you're not a person kick off.
You know what I also like? I like to call people by, if they're wearing a name tag, I call them by their name.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So if I go somewhere and there's a server, oh, good evening, and what's your name? So Dennis, thank you so much by your name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say waiter or waitress.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, you know. But some people I've also found, Dennis, have this weird thing like, oh, don't call me sir or don't call me miss. Those terms.
What?
Oh my God, the people they're mad. May I tell you?
Don't call me miss.
Don't call me miss. Yeah, hold me up. Don't call me sir. Yeah, hold me up. Like, guys, are you for real? Somebody calling you ma'am or miss or sir, that's actually a sign of respect.
Yes.
I don't know where they get this thing from. It's like you have some people, they don't want their children to call them mommy or daddy or grandma because they call me by my first name. My name's Sandra. No, mommy me. Like, mommy.
Wow.
Yeah.
I always say, like, I don't like to hear children call their parents by their first name.
No, call me.
I don't like it. I've never liked it.
Miss Kitty. I've had to say to people, my Monica is not Kitty. It's actually Miss Kitty. Just like when you have Miss Lou, you don't say Lou. It's Miss Lou.
Okay.
So I'm like, I catch on Miss, I don't know, by chat, like, hang on.
Yeah.
It's Miss Kitty. Yeah. It's not Kitty, it's Miss Kitty. Yeah. Just like how you say Miss Lou, right? So for me, especially children, it's not Kitty, It's Auntie Miss Kitty. It's Auntie. I was grown to have man. All right, for example, even when I meet my fans or anybody, and I realize that you're a mature woman or a mature gentleman, I don't call you by your first name. It's Miss Bev or Auntie Bev or Uncle so and so. There are people that I buy from Dennis. I don't know their names because I just say Auntie. Auntie, I have a fruit lady. I don't know her name really, but I know. I just call her Auntie.
But you know everybody's name though.
Yeah, because I remember. I make it my point of duty.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like I write them down. Like when I'm out and people say, "Hey, I watch every day." Me just take out my phone and call me. Nah, go remember.
Yeah.
But you're good for the name them.
I train my brain to, because for me, I love when people feel important and when you remember their name. Yeah. I'm not going to remember every name by the way. Hello. Because remember, I meet a lot of people. But I try to make an effort to remember somebody's name, you know, to make them feel special, identify you. I remember our interaction. I won't always remember. And sometimes I might need a little jogger, you know, like jog my memory. Like me say one man and him said to me, Miss Kitty, remember me? I say, not really. The man said,
you can't blame mommy brain, no.
Ear the man to me, you know. Remember, so when he come back one flight from Canada 10 years ago.
Wow.
I said, sir, but I remember myself last week. I don't even remember myself from last week. But you know, I like calling people by their name. It's a sign of respect.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
definitely.
But manners carry you through the world, man. And I just believe that.
I remember back in the early 90s, I was in maybe second form. And former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, he did this values and attitudes campaign.
Yes.
And I remember, I think it even came on rapping one Saturday. And like, you know, you're watching and the young people are there. And I'm like, yo, I could have been one of them young people on the TV.
I wanted to be on rapping too.
Yeah, I want to be playing. Big up Simone Clark.
And Lisa Hanna and Yvonne Chin.
Yvonne Chin,
yeah. See that? Yeah, rapping,
rapping.
Yeah. You remember Video Saturday? Video Saturday. I remember Tiger's song. No one got God, no one got Billy. No licky, no yummy. So poison. Remember Craven Dog me say him lose him bone. Tiger is a man who sit down on him throne. Sit down on him, take a me room. Come in, no yummy, I'm in no licky. Me no want nobody set no poison for me. Cook. No one got mad. All of pull. So he's out. Mad.
I loved it.
I loved it. So, you know, but smile a while. Video Saturday. Right.
Smile a while.
This is Sunrise Tuesday. And the quote for today, Dennis, is it is our choices that shows who we truly are.
Yes.
Far more than our abilities.
That is so true.
Yes.
That is so
from
true.
J.K. Rowling, the author of
Harry Potter.
That is it.
Harry Potter.
That's what I like, right? You see that? That was it. Right. Yeah. Harry Potter. And so, yeah, and you know what? She was broke for a very long time.
But she started, she bust late, you know?
And that's what it's again, it's never too late for a shower of rain. J.K. Rowling really bust a split in her 40s. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So if you have a dream, guys, just go and work at it. One day.
Go and write. Put it down.
Yeah. That person with that writing, whatever the book is in your head, get it out. Just write it. Write it down. Yeah. What do you think about Deep Sleek? You saw that yesterday? The Chinese, they launched a new AI.
Deep Sleek?
Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The Deep Sleek. It's like the rival, if you will, to ChatGPT and those things.
So what does it do? It's a language?
Yeah, it's an AI. It's an AI app. Yesterday in the US, it was the most downloaded app. And like it has sent the whole app world in a tizzy.
I was otherwise minded all of yesterday.
Yeah.
Very busy day yesterday.
I can imagine.
But no, that one missed me.
Yeah.
And I'm usually on top of these, those things.
Deep Sleek, I think it's called.
Deep Sleek.
Yeah. You know the Chinese, they don't ramp. You're doing something, we're gonna do it even
better.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Watch our style, Yeah, the Chinese got more style than style in jelly. You know what I'm saying? But you know the Asians, and it's out there now and making big waves as well. So anybody know about Deep Sleek? Let us know. And if you've tried
drop it in the comments if you downloaded it and you want to let us know how it's going.
Yeah, my thing is too, you know, Dennis, in this day and the age of technology, let's use technology to inure to our benefit, right? Yeah. So let us do positive things with it, because there are a lot of people who have used it and make money about it.
Don't use it to replace your humanity.
Yes.
Don't use it to replace your writing style or your artistic style or your musical style. Somebody played a tune for me the other day, and I'm telling you, I'm like, yeah, that tune is bad. That tune, who the artist here? Nobody? AI. And him said, the song is a reggae song. The song was AI written.
Wow.
The music was AI produced, and the voice was not a person. It was AI. And I thought this was like a new reggae tune. Him said, this is completely AI.
Wow. Can you imagine Dennis in AI? I got to tell you, it's good. Interesting. Interesting.
Me in AI?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'd have a six-pack. Well, no, let me put it this. I'd have back my six.
Yeah, because Dennis, trust me, remember when you entered Jabfa?
Hey.
Was it Jab?
Hey.
That was hot. That was
If you
hot.
know,
You know,
you know. If you know, you know.
You know. But happy birthday quickly to Osborne Ruddock, better known as King Tami. Yeah, so we came into one of his songs this morning. He was a Jamaican sound engineer, and he influenced the development of dub music in the 1960s and 70s. Yes.
Yeah.
And we hear King Tubby's, you know, say, you just want to have a dance. King Tubby's song them play early when the sound has
early
string up.
juggling now.
Early juggling. When the curry goat just a boil and the rice just a steam and the manish water. You know? Yeah. So happy birthday. Also, happy birthday to Garland Rowe, more popularly known as...
My life's so sad.
So me no worry. Oh, my life's so happy. Gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
Oh my goodness.
All
happy
right.
birthday, Gee whiz. And such a wonderful person. Really great, very ambitious.
I've interviewed him before.
He's a nice guy.
He's cool. He's
very
cool.
nice guy. So big ups to Gee whiz on his very special day. And if today you are celebrating your birthday, we want to wish for you a very happy and blessed birthday. We want to wish you all the best that life has to offer, and may you live to
And
see many
if you know
more.
all that, it's soon sort out.
It's soon sort out. That's what I say.
It's soon
You
sort
understand?
out.
Right. What soon sort out now? Or mixtape?
A mixtape.
I like that.
I like it.
Mixtape.
Let's go.
Big up.
Run it.
Run it.
Yeah. Positive. That's what we got to give. I and I. Vibration. Yeah. Positive. Got to have a good vibe. I am man. Iration. Yeah. Whoa, whoa. Positive vibration, yeah. Positive.
Kalangola, Kalangola, Opasa Shamalang, Ola, Kalangola. Me burn the fire from Babylon. Not take no chat from Babylon. Cause you corrupt, you get a youth. We don't know wicked act, who know Babylon. When me walk, I trample down Babylon. Talk and ride down Babylon.
Great kings of Africa, rulers all about. They were mighty, brave and strong, tore every barriers down. In Africa, yes I eat. In Africa, oh yeah. In Africa, yes I eat. In Africa, oh yeah. Guess I'm not the only one.
Not the only one.
Like to see mankind living in tranquility.
You and I, T.Y. Sure.
And if only we agree,
Come together.
we can live in unity.
Like sisters and brothers.
We're all in this thing together.
Thanks for staying with us right here on Sunrise. It's 20 minutes after 6 o'clock on this fine Tuesday morning. That means it's time for us to bust it like a AK with TK. Okay? More?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just make sure it's a legal one.
Of course. Metaphoric.
Right.
Lyrically. Inclined.
Bo, 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 bo.
I don't know if I'd consider the headlines lyrical, but I'll take it. You know? I'll take it. We're ready.
Oh, my
Let's jump.
goodness.
Let's jump right in,
All right.
shall we? We go to our first headline. Tanya Lee Perkins appointed JFF ambassador. So the Jamaica Football Federation, the JFF, has announced the appointment of Tanya Lee Perkins as an ambassador, marking a pivotal step in strengthening the team's connections with stakeholders and sponsors. The JFF says Lee Perkins, a trailblazer in sports marketing and athlete management, brings a proven track record to this role as ambassador. Lee Perkins will assist in driving sponsorship and funding for the JFF while strengthening relationships with stakeholders and supporters. So her commitment, the JFF says, to community development is reflected in initiatives like Andre Blake's Goalkeeper Clinic and Damian Lowe's annual Christmas treats. So
congrats,
I'm
Tanya.
all for this one.
Yeah.
I saw it yesterday, and I think it's a big win for the JFF.
Yes.
For football, generally speaking. Tanya Lee, and I've said it to her on a number of occasions, management matters in generally speaking, in life, in organizations, and particularly in sporting careers.
Yes.
And if you notice, there are athletes who are doing well. There are athletes who are achieving their goals and their dreams, and you see them on the global stage. And if you notice, the difference between them and the athletes who don't make it is management.
Yes.
And
the team
especially
around them.
talented people need to be managed. Talent alone won't do it.
Yeah.
The quote from J.K. Rowling, it's the decisions that you make more than the ability that you have. And people like Tanya Lee Perkins, who have the capacity to manage people, she's managing their ability, managing their talent, keeping them out of certain spaces, putting them in certain spaces.
So will inure to their benefit.
You know, that will inure to their benefit. And I think that she has done such a great job.
Yeah.
And I think that, it will benefit her because more people will see what she's good at. She doesn't just manage football players. She manages track athletes and others. Events. You know, Tanya, if you want to manage me, you can manage me.
I can't run though. What I can do? As an athlete, what I can do?
I think like with good training, I think you could be like an international Ludo champion.
What name so?
Ludo?
No man.
Everless and band. Like I see you as.
You know, I'm liking that you said about Ludi right now. Jermaine Palmer, okay. We had a running debate. TK, do you know Ludi? You know Ludi?
Yeah.
Jermaine says, from my knowledge, when I was taught Ludi as an adult here now, you have to, when you throw a 6, you're born, right? Jermaine says, no, you can't throw 1 6 and born. You have to throw 2 6.
No, I've never
as in a double 6, one time you have to do the 2.
No, so you have to do it twice.
Oh,
so
I don't know that one.
I don't know that one. I know you throw 1 6 and you're born.
Foolishness.
There you go.
That's rubbish.
Paul said foolishness.
Jermaine and your friend.
J-Pal?
J-Pal.
You're right.
I forgot his friend's name right now. So you have to throw 2 6 for born. It make you sweat. I'm like, no, that's a gangster Ludi. I don't know about that. That sounds mafia to me.
That Ludi game would take so long.
Exactly.
Because the probabilities, like...
Thank you. Just a cho, sir. That boy must keep it out and just ring out.
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
But back to Tanya Lee Perkins.
Yeah. But like she could have managed you to the
What I like about
pinnacle.
this appointment is that many times we see people appointed who are not necessarily fit or qualified for the job. I love when somebody who is qualified and has demonstrated same, and they have a proven track record like she does, and she finds herself in a position like this where it can be a symbiotic relationship where she's benefiting and the JFF is benefiting.
And on a pose, you're going to pose as an ambassador. It's not a pretty face, though a pretty face she has. But she's not there as a pretty face. She's there for the work that she does.
And we know how important sponsorship is and how game-changing sponsorship can be.
Look at the Sunshine Girls series, TK. Listen to what I'm telling you. it warmed my heart when I had to say, persons who are like saving seats, or if you have your bag on the seat, please remove those bags, because we have persons outside who want to come in and they need seats.
Yes.
I have never heard or seen that that number of people just flood. Listen, it was so, even though I was stuck in traffic for a little bit, it really warmed, you know, and you feel good for people. So sponsorship. And that is why we always have to big up our sponsors and thank our sponsors, thank our advertisers, because they make that difference.
Yes.
So big up Tanya, good as.
Big up Tanya.
And we've had her on CVM too, on Sunrise.
Of course.
Because we only have the best of the best.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
I said what I said.
Yeah, big up Irvinite. She's at Irvinite.
Nice. I'm a Prestonite.
Really?
Yeah. Easy Preston.
They did about them.
I don't know. I feel like something was coming, but no, it's not. All right.
I took it back.
Take it back. Thank you.
Easy Preston, we used to call it Sandals Mona, but you know. It's a nice alcohol.
It's very nice.
It's a nice alcohol back in the day.
I wouldn't be mad at that. Sandals Mona works.
Okay, we didn't play domino all day. So. Okay. See the person
you play Chinese skip all day.
Hi, Taylor Hall. Good morning. Hi, Chancellor. Hi, Rex Silverford Hall. Rex. Good morning to Elsa Leorini Hall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thomas. Good morning. You here? Hi, good morning. Yeah.
Siberia.
We're ready now?
Next.
Yes.
We're ready?
Oh, you didn't go to UE? You sound like you didn't go to UE.
I didn't go to UE, but I went overseas. I was
that's why you're not other something.
Oh, you realize that you kind of...
You're in a Pelican.
Watching what's going on.
It's about the Pelican. It's about the Pelican. Good morning to Elizabeth Buchanan. Hi. Yes. Good morning, Prof. Hi, everybody. UA. Yes. Go ahead, sorry.
You don't want the surrounding areas, the neighboring communities, no?
Augustown. Hey.
Augustown.
Hello. You know what I mean?
Mona Common.
Good morning, Poppin. Good morning to you. Ellis Flats. Yeah.
Ellis Flats. Yeah.
Okay. Oak Flats. Yes. Kintyre. Yes. Born by the river. You know what I'm saying? Put your first and second and third. Watch your blessing come forth. Sorry, go. Sorry.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we're sure. We're just reminiscing.
Renowned historian.
Yes.
Let's shift gears.
This is a perfect segue.
I was about to say that.
Perfect segue. Let's go. The one and only.
Historian Professor Sir Roy Oje has passed.
Yeah.
So Professor Sir Roy Oje, a renowned historian and educator, died Sunday, January 26, 2025. He was 100 years old. Professor Oje played a crucial role in shaping the narrative of Jamaica and Caribbean history, authored several seminal works chronicling the history of Jamaica's people, and was a central figure in academic excellence for more than 60 years. He authored several books recounting and highlighting the history of our ancestors and molding the account and knowledge of generations of Jamaican and Caribbean people. Oje was awarded the Order of Jamaica in 2014 for his outstanding contribution to education, history, and nation building.
Absolutely amazing. May God continue to rest his soul.
He's in terms of Caribbean academia, he's a legend.
Yes, icon.
People need to understand. He's a legend. He's Mr. CXC.
Mr. CXC. Did he write The People Who Came?
I believe so.
Because I'm trying to remember. I remember there was a history book in fifth form that we had, and we had to use it.
Yes, I believe it was. I never did history in fifth form, but I'm sure.
I'm gonna look at that.
He wrote several of the Caribbean history books that were foundational. He's the man behind the concept of CXC, having a regional examining body to replace GCE, O-levels and A-levels at the time. So CXC and CAPE came to be because of him. I mean, there are so many academics who we revere who were taught by him. I remember I was in undergrad the first time. He was one of our lecturers, and I remember you go to him class and you just sit down there and you're like in awe, and you're like
a repository of knowledge.
You're like Professor Roy Oje is teaching me right now, and you're like,
I mean,
if he's a nerd, like it's a moment. Can you say, Professor Roy Oje is teaching me, and that's the power of being like an academic for all your life, because like at the time, in the mid-2000s, he was an elderly man.
Yeah.
So no play, when you live for be 100, you know, no play with it, because like he's seen
everybody
it
passed through your hands, you know what I mean? You've had a role in everybody's life. Anybody who is anybody, is like, oh yeah, professor taught me. You know what I mean?
When you say like a Professor Rex Nettleford,
yes.
defer or confer honor on him, you know, say
General
Royal J is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so like I've always had time for him because of his importance in the region and by extension
the world.
in the world.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, the people who came. And, the book that helped me get me one in a history. As a historian.
Right, yeah, man.
I liked his writing style. It was very clear. It was nice. Yeah.
And his lecturing style too. He's just and
so
soft-spoken, but brilliant man. Brilliant mind.
I mean, and we're better off as a people because of what he has shared.
And what we always say on this show, like you have something in you, share it, pass it on.
Yes.
So it has not died with him because he has long passed it on, you know?
Share the knowledge so that the legacy will live on. All right, guys, thank you so very much. And that's all the time we have for headlines this morning. Thank you, AKTK. That is it. When Sunrise returns, we'll focus on neurosurgery, healthcare, sustainability, and more. Please do stay tuned.
We are back, bigger and better.
We still the same ones.
Let me tell you.
A big deal, something I'm not telling a lie.
Let's go!
Bad man Jamaican.
We are here.
Double sensation. Mob until the day comes.
It's a vibe.
Listen, new adventures.
Quite exciting.
Green, yellow, black flag.
We'll find the crevices and the corners.
Whether it be Magati in a town, yeah.
You don't think it's nothing yet?
Easy yourself.
Yard man style when I come true. Hold up.
We are back for season 2 of Corner Office.
Back to school time.
We are highlighting small businesses, hardworking Jamaicans who are doing their own thing in their own spaces. People who are in their role, bossing up their role.
Let's go!
Let's get it! It's not if you own the company or not, it's how you own the role.
I feel like I'm patient right now.
Guess what? It is your Corner Office. Season 2, bigger and better. And guess what? You don't think it's nothing yet? Check it out. We're the end of the players. Undercover. Easy yourself.
Welcome everybody. We are back.
Season 2 of The Holy Road. Season 2. We are here. Let me tell you, I am super excited to be on for another season to show you the Holy Road.
Listen, new adventures. We might be moving further out of Kingston, further out of anywhere nearby. We'll find the crevices and the corners that have the most unique stories. Hey, welcome back to Sunrise. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for staying with us. It's a great place to be. All right, in this segment, we're joined by the head of neurosurgery at the University of the West Indies. He's the medical chief of staff at the Caribbean Neurological Association, the CNA. We're going to be discussing their 23rd annual symposium under the theme Global Health, Technology and Leadership in Healthcare. Welcome to Sunrise, Dr. Carl Bruce.
Good morning, sir.
Bruce, how are you doing?
How are you doing?
All good.
Yes. I was just talking about football, and Dr. Carl Bruce also plays a very important role there with the J3. So he's an all-rounder.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, one of the greats too, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so. But it was great to hear you guys talking about AI just now.
Yes,
and music. Yes. But AI is also infiltrating
the medical field.
The medical field.
How so?
Well, if you think of putting thousands of patients together, and you put the pictures of their spine MRI together, the computer can automatically read and tell you what's wrong and put together the symptoms and give you a diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
It's really taken off, and there are a lot of companies in that space now.
Wow.
Indeed.
And so does that mean better healthcare, quicker service, quicker diagnosis? Because a lot of people, one of the things that they, you go to the doctor, you feel it take a while to get a diagnosis, you take a while to get the surgery done, and sometimes by the time you get done, your condition is deteriorating.
It definitely improves accuracy and decreases waiting time. And so, that first read that the radiologist has to check, in particular in spine, becomes so much easier, and so you can deliver care in a more efficient manner.
I can imagine, just to elaborate on the point, it is so crucial given the fact that early detection or early diagnosis is so critical to fixing the problem. And sometimes people, they lose time because they're, okay, we're testing for this, and then we're testing for that, and we're ruling out things. And then by the time we figure it out, you're at stage 4 or stage 3, or you're far gone, too late to fix. And so it's encouraging to know that you are using the technology to improve the quality of medical service delivery. That helps me to hop straight in. What are some of the contending issues right now, the contemporary issues in neuroscience and technology that are the big talking points in 2025?
Yeah, well, let's start right where you left off. It's a comprehensive conference, so we start from prevention and screening, as you said, because we don't want to get a cancer when it's in your spine. We'd like to screen the patients, have public awareness, because that ultimately also decreases costs and the need for technology. So you want to keep people well rather than treat sick people, so to speak. So we'll explore those conditions, prevention, technology, and then we'll go into health policy to discuss health financing. And this year we have Minister Tufton and Minister Fable Williams, along with our health financing folks like Paul Simpson from Burrito, our title sponsor, and Adrian Stokes, the people in that era, because somebody has to pay for health care, as you know. It's not exactly free. But it's that prevention and that same old adage of exercise and diet and taking care of yourself to prevent yourself from getting a chronic disease that we want to explore, and then go into the specifics of treating the different conditions in the neurosciences. But what has happened at the university, the technology over the last 10 years has really improved patient care. Most things are minimally invasive or keyhole now, as we like to say in Jamaica. You'd have seen Dr. Gabriel treating uterine fibroids. In the cardiac space, we don't have to split open the chest and the triple bypass anymore. We have 3 excellent cardiologists, and these 3 ladies will just do dilation and stenting, or they will replace your valve without opening the chest. And then in spine, we don't have to open your back anymore. We just put television cameras in. Absolutely. So everything has gone minimally invasive to decrease your length of stay in hospital, improve your outcome.
And these are things that are happening in Jamaica.
These are things that are happening in Jamaica, and we're expanding as we speak.
I'm happy you said it, Dr. Bruce, because many times we hear of these things and microscopic and all of this kind of technology, and we think automatically overseas. But how equipped are we in Jamaica to do these same surgeries with the same technology so that our people can have access to them?
No exaggeration. Jamaica is one of the only places in the world, talking AI, who has what we call an augmented reality microscope. When you look down, it will navigate for you. It's like you're driving to Montego Bay and you put in the GPS system, and you're never lost. So those technologies are available and are available in Jamaica on our platform, in addition to what I told you about minimally invasive surgery. And as you know, at the university, we're about to start expansion for 120,000 square feet of new technologies. We just demolished our old buildings, doctor's quarters, and we're about to start construction to expand this even more.
So let me ask you, Doc, normally when we go to the gynecologist, we know what we're going for. We go to the cardiologist or the hematologist or whomever. But when you talk about the neurosurgeon, like what are the things that would go wrong with the brain? Like, why would I need to come see Carl Bruce?
It's brain and spine. So there are a couple of things that you commonly hear about. Stroke and brain hemorrhage is a big one for us.
So you're not giving me brain hemorrhage?
No. We got to keep it calm, no stress. But it's one of the things that has also been transformed. In days past, we would open the head and we would go under the bottom of the brain and we'll seal off clip the aneurysm that caused the hemorrhage. These days you can use guide wires and go up through the blood vessels and treat it without having
take off your crown, as you would say.
We don't need to take off the crown for many of these things anymore. And as I said, we invested $3 million in this in the Philips Interventional Suite, along with our health partners and the private sector. And it's really helping public patients and a lot of patients from not only in Jamaica, across the region.
Overseas, medical tourism, I like that part too.
I absolutely like that part because, we are a hub pulling people here. There are many people in North America
who come here,
who come to Jamaica for health care.
And still want their consultation from their Jamaican doctor.
I gotta tell you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we have a responsibility. We started as a University College of the West
a medical school,
UC as a medical school because of the state of public health in the colonies at the time. And we have maintained those roots to continue to teach doctors and to produce high quality specialists. And I would dare say that the university for the region continues to be good at it.
All right, Doc. So you brought some implements and instruments here, and I'm looking at this one right here. What is this, Doc, and what is it used for?
Dennis, that's very good. That's natural.
Oh.
So you have it right. You've opened it correctly.
Hello.
And essentially, when you have back pain and we say you have a slip disc in Jamaica or a prolapse disc, these days we don't open your back. So what we do is that we go through a scope, an endoscope, and you can just put that down, put it down.
You see that?
And the only thing you'd be looking up on the screen
to find,
and you would be taking it out. So when the operation is finished and you take out this, you've had only a very tiny incision, you can leave hospital the same day. And so our hospital bed that we value so much that we really want to think there, these patients no longer have to stay in hospital for a long period. And this extends beyond spine into many different things. So if it's a little bit held up, you just put that down and you scratch it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's still scoping.
Yeah, and then you use the other one, you had to take it out. And if you want to keep the area clean, this one, you just put it down also and you seal any little oozing or any red blood cells you see coming from the skin edge. So all of it goes through the tiny keyhole.
Wow. So I remember when I used to take out my mommy's laryngoscope. And I'm like, how does this go in somebody's throat? What?
Yes.
The larynx? What?
Yes.
And then, she'd have her stethoscope and you listen and then to think. So when I'm looking at this, it actually is reminding me of some of the things that I used to see in my mom's bag. You know what I mean?
And the amazing thing now, even the laryngoscope technology is infused. So she used to use her eyes and look down. Now they attach a camera to the end of it. So when it's going down, when she's putting the patient to sleep, you can actually see exactly what you're doing on the big screen. So it's amazing. Technology in medicine is like computers. Absolutely.
So, Doc, so who is this conference for? Who is the symposium for? Who do you want to come to it? And where can we come to learn about this? Because, Dennis, I'm very impressed that it is happening right here in Jamaica.
Well, we are at the Half Moon from Thursday, the 30th to the 1st.
That's tomorrow, Thursday. Well, tomorrow's Wednesday, then Thursday, yes.
Yeah. And we go for 3 days at the Half Moon Conference Center in the Half Moon Shopping Village. We want all of our healthcare workers, physiotherapists, speech therapists, nurses, doctors, wherever you are in medicine, we have something for you. Even the health policy people, finance people, as we said before, because we're doing our continuing medical education. One of the great things about medicine in Jamaica, we're always updating ourselves. So this is our update. You get to score your points. We even tell you how to take care of yourself, how to get rest.
You mentioned score your point because it's important that doctors constantly have to be doing continuous learning. And
doctors' education. In law, we have continuous legal education or CLE. You have to have your points.
So you do, this does
provide their continuing medical education.
Nice.
It updates them, new medications that come about. We have new drugs that we're discussing now for Alzheimer's type disease and memory issues.
Wow, Parkinson's and stuff.
We have new injectables for cholesterol that we want to discuss. So you want to exchange that knowledge and be interactive. And the team at Half Moon have always done a great job. I want to big up Mrs. Logan, Mrs. Savage, Mrs. Dobbs and their team. They tolerate us and we bring in all this equipment and they have to find everything and internet and electricity to ensure that we literally can set up an operating room and demonstrate at times.
Wow, I love that. Absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
And where can we get get some more information, Dr. Bruce. So, for example, you said it's from Thursday the 30th to February 1. Say, for example, you're not able to make it every day, but you want to get information to get your tickets and so on and so forth. Where do we go?
Absolutely. You can visit our website at uwicans.com. and you will get all the dates and the registration information there. Also, you can call the Department of Surgery at the University of the West Indies, 927-1270. That's 927-1270. And the team there will allow you to register and make sure that you get all the information you need for, get your update.
All right, sounds great. Sounds great, and it's so important for persons to, the doctor, you need to get your points up. So
yeah. Well, let me just ask you quickly, Dr. Bruce. We know how to protect our teeth or our heart. How do we protect? Give me just 3 things we can do to protect our brain and our spine.
I think it like every chronic disease, there are a couple of things we say. You need to be fit. You need to make sure that whatever you're putting in your body, it's useful. So we want you to focus on your diet. Yeah. And we want you to focus on your exercise. Because ultimately, what happens is the complications of the chronic diseases that cause most of the problem. Mm-hmm. Diabetes, hypertension, elevated cholesterol, cancers. I think if we can prevent those, then we can deal with the other things that emerge. And so diet and exercise, that little walk that you don't want to have, that little break that you take from your desk, those are the steps that you count when I guess everybody has a watch that counts steps. Or don't take the elevator sometime, take the stairs. Those things really do matter.
Thank you, sir.
They matter.
Wonderful. All the best to you and your team.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. I'm loving this. Half moon. Dennis, can go learn some things.
Can go learn.
I'm always wanting to learn. Yeah, so we can spread the information.
You sound like you could do a thing with the thing there.
No, I just hold the light. I just hold the light because I'm gonna get nervous. I'm like, Doctor, you want to hold the light? I'll hold the light. Yeah.
Nurse Hylton, you took her to the water, but you couldn't make her drink.
No, I'm the legal brain. No, I'm just gonna hold the light. Okay. You intubate the patient yet? All right, you got no. All right. Okay, I hold the light. Yeah.
You see the amount of knowledge there? Intubate the patient. Yeah. Absolutely. It's a start.
Our guest has been Dr. Carl Bruce, head of neurosurgery and medical chief of staff at the UWI. Coming up after the break, it is going to be time to look into the effects of the new U.S. immigration policies and orders. You don't want to miss it because there's a lot of speculation going on. Let's get the real information. Stay with us.
We are back, bigger and better.
We still the same ones.
Let me tell you.
A big deal, something I'm not telling a lie.
Let's go!
Bad man Jamaican.
We are here.
Double sensation. Mob until the day comes.
It's a vibe.
Listen, new adventures.
Quite exciting.
Green, yellow, black flag.
We'll find the crevices and the corners.
Whether it be Magati in a town, yeah.
You don't think it's not yet? Easy yourself.
Yard man style when I come true.
Welcome everybody, we are back.
Season 2 of the Holy Road. Season 2, we are here. Let me tell you, I am super excited to be on for another season to show you the Holy Road.
Listen, new adventures, we might be moving further out of Kingston, further out of anywhere nearby. We'll find the crevices and the corners that have the most unique stories.
We are back for season 2 of Corner Office.
Back to school time.
We are highlighting small businesses, hardworking Jamaicans who are doing their own thing in their own spaces. People who are in their role, bossing up their role.
Let's go!
Let's get it.
It's not if you own the company or not, it's how you own the role.
I feel like I'm patient right now.
Guess what? It is your Corner Office. Season 2, bigger and better. And guess what? You don't think it's not yet? Check it out. We're there in the place. Undercover. Easy yourself.
Till the day come.
We are back. Bigger and better.
We still the same ones.
Let me tell you.
A big deal, something I'm not telling a lie.
Let's go!
Bad man Jamaican.
We are here.
Double sensation. Mob until the day comes.
It's a vibe.
Listen, new adventures.
Quite exciting.
Green, yellow, black flag.
We'll find the crevices and the corners.
Whether it be Magati in a town, yeah. You don't think it's not yet? Easy yourself.
Yard man style when I come true. Hold up.
It's a beautiful Tuesday morning, and thank you so very much for being here with us, Sunrisers. Wherever you are in the world, we've got you covered. Good morning to our Sunrisers in the United States of America, and of course to everybody watching in the UK as well, and the Caribbean. Thank you so very much. And of course, the Sunrisers are yard, you know what I mean?
Right here.
No, we're not better than yard. Good morning to you. Now, less than a week after assuming office, President Donald Trump launched a comprehensive initiative aimed at addressing undocumented migration in the United States. And so, our next guest, immigration lawyer Marshawn Young, decided that he wanted to continue a career in law and immigration to help Jamaicans and others navigate the complex immigration system and provide effective representation for those with challenging immigration issues. Marshawn, good morning to you and welcome to Sunrise. How are you?
I'm good. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, Miss Kitty. Good morning, Jamaica and the rest of the world.
All right, Marshawn, you're a little low, so we're going to have, Master turn you up a little bit because I want to make sure that our listeners and our viewers can hear you clearly, right? But let me just start with, how long have you been an immigration attorney at law?
I've been doing this for 3 years.
Okay, very well.
Right, excellent.
And when Donald Trump, a lot of people are, especially immigrants, are really afraid at this moment because of some of the executive orders that he would have signed since taking office. They're not yet law, but can you just talk to us about what do these executive orders really mean?
All right, so we have seen that President Trump signed numerous executive orders last week, several of which affects immigration. We have the increase in border security, reversal of DACA, changes to work visas, H-1B, H-2B, reinstating the public charge rule, ending birthright citizenship, cuts to refugee and immigration admission, expansion of deportations and crackdown on sanctuary cities, mass deportation, and somewhat limitation on family-based immigration. So those are some of the impacts that you will have on the Caribbean.
And each of them in their own right could be a whole discussion, given the wide-ranging relevance. Let's look firstly at the border, because he did say in the campaign that he would strengthen the border, not taking a moral position on it. Let's just look at what this means, because a state of emergency being declared at the border, many people would suggest that it's become a free-for-all on the southern border. What does this now mean, especially several Jamaicans using it as an avenue into the United States on a permanent basis? What does this now mean for them?
Harsher restrictions and increase in uncertainty, because as you know, we have asylum seekers there. We have the CBP app, which allow persons to stay outside the border and come in whenever they have their appointment or they have immigration court. No, he has suspended CBP app. So there are people out there who have their appointments cancelled. So asylum seekers, persons who wish to come here enter will with real fear. No, it's harder for them to come through the border.
So, Marshawn, he has signed the executive orders, but what is the process? Because many states have started to, file lawsuits against such orders, and a lot of that is going on now. It is not yet enacted into law, but what is the process and how long will it take? Is it much ado about nothing? So Trump comes and says, with the stroke of a pen, I'm going to send home everybody. Is it that easy, though, to send home immigrants, or is there a process? And if so, what is that process?
There is a process, but that process is being violated, and that's why we are having litigation talks. Because right now I have clients who are detained, and we're getting ready to file suits in federal court because their Fourth Amendment rights are being violated. And some of them have immigration court. They can't go to immigration court. They're just being put on planes and sent back home. And this is real.
Okay, so is there anything that anybody listening to, because, you know, immigration affects us here in Jamaica because many of us would have family members there, children, you know what I mean, and many Jamaicans and other Caribbean islands, Caribbean nationals are there. What would be your word of advice? Because I was watching CNN and, you know, word on the street is that, you know, there are immigration officers, ICE, who are just picking up people, you know, arresting people or detaining people rather. What is it that you do if, say, for example, an ICE officer comes up and wants to check your papers or wants to check your documents? Do I have to yield? Do I have to give them anything? Or do I say, sir, please, can you leave me alone? How should I treat with this situation?
All right, sadly, we've seen an executive order signed where police officers, militaries, they have been given the rights just as ICE agents. So whenever you are approached by a law enforcement, not just ICE, police officers as well, both citizen and non-citizens, they have their Fourth Amendment right and they have their Fifth Amendment right. Plead your fifth. You do not have to speak to them. You do not have to give them any documentation. You don't have to answer any questions. Just let them know that you want to speak to a lawyer. And if you're represented by a lawyer, ask to speak with your lawyer. Do not, as I said, do not sign any paper because you might be signing your deportation order without you knowing.
Wow.
So those are your fifth constitutional rights that you should plead. For those who, you know, have undocumented persons living with them or undocumented persons, if you're at your apartment or you're at your house, you don't have to open your door. You have your Fourth Amendment right. Ask for a warrant, ask them to insert the warrant inside the house. If it's not signed by a judge, you don't have to open your door.
Okay. What about parents who have their undocumented children in school because they're also going to schools and they're removing children?
True. All right. What we've been advising, and we're trying to prepare safety packages for especially young ones, minors who are in school. What I can tell you, if you do have something in the system with USCIS or immigration court, walk around with your documents. Give those children documents as well. They should have their IDs as well. If your lawyer give you a G28, have that G28.
So that's like applicable to persons who are being filed for, or you're upon filing?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so walk with your documents.
So, yes, for the record, if you are being filed for, have copies of your documents on your person, you're saying?
At all times.
At all times. Marshawn, quickly, the 14th Amendment right that many persons enjoy in terms of birthright citizenship, that is also in executive order right now that Mr. Trump wants to stop that. If it is that your father is not a U.S. citizen or resident, being born in America now doesn't mean you're automatically a citizen. Talk to me about where that is. It's still an executive order, not yet in law. Again, when are we expecting these things to be made into law, if it will at all, and what is the process?
All right, so we're looking at the birthright citizenship to go into effect in February. But the good thing is this, and thank God for good judges. You've seen if there's no injury, no violation, then you know we can't litigate. So it's before the courts right now. So the status quo has been retained. So regardless of how a child born right now, they're still they're considered U.S. citizen until the judge finally makes a decision on what's the future of birthright citizenship. Because
that would be the Supreme Court.
Yes, it's constitutional. You're violating the Constitution.
And even so, they would have to grandfather the legislation so that it applies backward.
Yes, and we have to have constitutional reform.
Marshawn, persons I know right now are very scared. They're very afraid.
And I must say there's a lot of misinformation. Because you have persons running up and down. I know of persons who are afraid to go to work because they're afraid that they'll be hauled off a train or hauled off a bus. Speak to those persons and where those persons can get
the correct
information or speak to someone like you.
And you're right, you're correct in that because yesterday I have clients who are sending me videos and ask me, is this real? And I looked at the source and I said, what is the source? TikTok. People just saying stuff. So my advice to you is stay connected to real news sources.
Reputable.
Your BBC, reputable news sources, CVM, TVJ. Stay connected to those. Also, stay connected to USCIS website, the Immigration Court website. Also, there are non-profit organizations, there are legal clinics that are across the nations, there are pro bono attorneys that are across the nations. If you don't have Google, get Google. Google is your best friend. Look for those non-profit organizations that are within your zone.
All right.
Very well. Thank you
very
so much, Marshawn. Have a great afternoon. Afternoon. Totally, it's come back like a while. But yeah, thank you, Marshawn.
You're welcome.
Marshawn Young is an immigration attorney. Stay with us. It's now time for another break. TK is going to take over for the morning news.
Hyundai 5 free payments, 3 years free insurance, or 3 years free petrol bonus is
7 o'clock.
Do whatever the crunch you want with KFC's popcorn chicken. Delicious, crispy, irresistible. Now available in hot and spicy. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
The Ministry of National Security presents Cyber Smart Conference 2025, February 11 to 12 from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the AC Marriott Hotel under the theme Stay Safe in Cyberspace. Join leading experts and professionals to advance cybersecurity practices and build a safer cyberspace for all. Gain the knowledge and tools to address emerging threats in the digital world. To register and for more details, visit mns.gov.jm. That's the Cyber Smart Conference 2025, February 11 to 12 at the AC Marriott Hotel. See you there!
Are you a PATH or Wards of the State applicant? Then this video is for you. Guess what? You are not required to pay an application fee. And you automatically receive or granted aid of $60,000 upon your application submission for a targeted loan. For more SLB info, follow us on all social media platforms.
Welcome to Morning News. I'm TK Dawkins. Following news of the country importing ice, the People's National Party has lashed out at the government. The matter was highlighted by the party's General Secretary at a recent candidate presentation in St. Mary. Trisha Gay Kelly has this story.
The People's National Party is turning up the heat on the government, blaming it for the importation of goods already available in the country. Stomping in St. Mary Sunday evening, the party's General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell said that is not something that would take place under a PNP administration.
We are not the same because the PNP no import ganja come to Jamaica because we have some of the best ganja right here so in Jamaica. The PNP decriminalized marijuana.
This follows reports that the government imported marijuana some years ago, a situation that left many ganja farmers upset. At that time, Prime Minister Andrew Holness addressed the concerns in the House of Parliament.
I agree with everyone who is upset about the importation of ganja from Canada. Before it was popular, we were the ones in the struggle. So, Madam Speaker, I said to the Minister, ensure that that situation is corrected.
A little over a year later, the government made a similar move, this time with ice.
We have 260,000 registered farmers. Each one of those households have at least 4 people in there. We are talking about more than 1 million people that are directly impacted based on agriculture. We must make local agriculture a priority. We must support our local farmers.
His comments were fueled by the fluctuation of the country's food import bill in recent years. Trisha Gay Kelly, CVM News.
Farm roads in southwest St. Anne have been rehabilitated under the government's National Farm Road Rehabilitation Program. The initiative aims to enhance access for both residents and farmers who rely on these roads for transportation. Britannia Witter has the details.
Farmers in the rural community of Grants Bailey, St. Anne are celebrating a development that promises to enhance their agricultural productivity, the repair of key farm roads. According to Member of Parliament for the area, Xavier Main, for years farmers have faced challenges with poorly maintained roads, which often resulted in losses and low productivity. However, he believes things are about to change.
Agriculture is in a better place in Grants Bailey, and so too the quality of life of the residents of Grants Bailey is significantly improved by virtue of this development.
The project, which is part of the government's broader efforts to invest in farm road rehabilitation, is expected to bring relief to many local farmers. Agriculture Minister Floyd Green emphasized that this is just the beginning for the community.
I want you to call this phase 1. Because we're not done. We're going to come over the next 3 years and do the entire road in this area under our farm program. One by one, step by step, phase by phase, to get all the road done.
In December 2024, Minister Green announced that 81 farm roads are slated for rehabilitation. Britannia Witter, CVM News.
And over in sports, an 89th minute strike from Rashawn Livingston saw Malines United snatch a 2-1 win over Humble Lion in CVM TV's Monday match night in the Jamaica Premier League. Malines took a 1-0 lead into the halftime break after an own goal from Lincoln Thomas. James Thomas then equalized for Humble Lion in minute 79. But just as it seemed Humble Lion would take a share of the points, Livingston found the target on the stroke of full time to give Malines the 2-1 win. With the result, Malines move up to 9th in the standings, while Humble Lion remain rooted to the foot of the table on 14 points. Here are some highlights.
I concur. And of course, here's a corner kick in swinger. It's in.
It's Thompson.
Or is
not
it
quite
Graham?
sure. Not quite sure what he was attempting to do there. Didn't quite get his body sorted out.
Perhaps your producer might surprise you, Lejay. Here's the delivery. James Thomas, yes! On doctor's orders.
Livingston. Walker just allowed to march down that left-hand side and whip that ball in, and it was a lovely cross as well. Excellent shape on it, and Hutchinson sleeping at that back post.
Javon Brown doing very well to turn in traffic. Here's Wright, laid it on for Livingston! Oh yes! That may just well be the winner!
Brown did really well to drive through the middle of the park. Jason Wright creating well, and Livingston with a clinical finish. That was a monstrous header from Cohen Thompson.
That's it, says Christopher Mason. Malines United getting the win.
And that's it for Morning News. Join us again at noon for more from our news and sports desk. I'm TK Dawkins. Sunrise continues after this.
My JPS app, the mobile app, brave as I said app. With the mobile app, you feel know you can't flop the app in a happiness. Cause what? My JPS app easy, turn a riddle my light off it bright and it moon. If I want thing me love for me JPS app, me I tell you about it in the tune. My JPS app easy, turn a riddle for me light off it bright and it moon. If I want thing me love for me JPS app, yeah we fully outside with the crew. JPS, pouring what matters.
AnyBet is Jamaica's premier company for in-person or online betting in Jamaica, with more than 40 locations nationwide. Enjoy more games, more bets, and more winnings at anybet.com, with access to the widest range of products to place your bets, including football, cricket, dog racing, and a host of exciting instant games that offer some of the best odds available. Chances are there's an AnyBet location near you. Must be 18 years and older. AnyBet, your best bet.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
CVM TV and live Jamaica Premier League action on a Monday night. A match made in heaven. We call it Monday Match Night. Catch all the hard-pounding JPL Monday night action from now until the end of the season on CVM TV's Monday Match Night. Matchday Mondays at 7:45 to 5 p.m. with rebroadcast Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Nothing else can quite match up. Monday Match Night, powered by Sunshine Snacks and ABC Electrical.
Good morning to everybody watching. Thanks to all our Sunrisers for being here. Everybody on YouTube, please remember to hit the like and subscribe button. And when you do so, please do remember to spread the word. I want to say good morning to everybody who is not feeling so well this morning, all right?
Yeah.
Sending you lots of love, lots of good vibes, and lots of great energy.
Most definitely.
Yeah, all the persons who are in the hospital right now watching, good morning to you. We're hoping that everything will work out to your benefit and God will continue to bless and heal you. All right, so thank you so much for joining us. And we are always on the sunny side of your TV. Now, we can't stress enough that your health is your wealth. And so, Dr. Kevin Henry, a highly accomplished obstetrician and gynecologist with over 12 years of experience in the field of medicine, is here with us to highlight Cervical Health Awareness Month. Everybody know about cervical cancer and all that stuff and pap smears and all that stuff. Well, guess what? He's here to delve into all of it. Sir, welcome, Doc, to Sunrise. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Thank you for having me.
Very well. Welcome. Now, Cervical Health Awareness Month. I've known about, aware about pap smears and stuff, but I didn't know there was a month dedicated to it.
Yeah, so it's really Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. So January is the month where we, choose to highlight cervical cancer, the risks that are associated, and trying to get everybody just more aware in general of what it's about, how it affects our population, how it affects our women, and what we can do to try to prevent and to protect against cervical cancer and to try and reduce that health burden in the country.
Well, delve into it, Doc, and let us know. Cervical cancer, cancer of the cervix, what are the risks and how can we protect ourselves?
Right, so cervical cancer is cancer of the cervix. The cervix is really the neck of the uterus or the womb, as many persons would know it. And a cancer is really the development of abnormal cells in any particular organ of the body. When those abnormal cells grow and spread, then it can reach to other places and metastasize or reach to other organs. So cervical cancer is actually the second most common female cancer in Jamaica. Behind breast cancer. So we can see that the burden of disease is pretty high. And so there are other things that can increase the risk of developing cervical cancer. The primary one is HPV or human papilloma virus. So HPV is an extremely common virus that is spread through sexual intercourse. So anybody that would have had sex before, more than likely would have been exposed to HPV at some point in their lifetime.
And men can have it and women can have it?
Men can have it and women can have it. So that is how it's interchanged pretty much.
Right.
So HPV, though spread through intercourse, is usually cleared by your immune system. So in the same way that you can catch a cold or a cough and your immune system will take care of it and you're fine, that's what normally happens with HPV. However, if it persists and it's not cleared and it stays there for a long period of time, it can then lead to abnormal changes on the cervix, which can then over time lead to cancer.
Wow.
So we've noticed that correlation between HPV and the development of cervical cancer. Some years ago, because of this connection, I remember when there was a big discussion in Jamaican society about the administering the vaccine,
HPV vaccine.
to girls in, I think, maybe grade 7 or something like that. Where are we where that is concerned, and how much of a change have we seen in the way that the virus has presented itself?
So yes, I remember that very well. I actually worked with the ministry at that juncture a couple of years ago, helping them to promote the vaccine.
Yes.
So there are different strains of HPV, right? Over 200 strains of HPV.
Yes.
Those are now broken down or categorized into low grade and high grade. So the low grade strains are the ones that can cause genital warts commonly. In both men and women. The high-grade strains are the ones that can lead to the abnormal cells that can become cancerous. So there are more common strains that usually cause cancer, specifically type 16 and 18. So what the vaccine does is that it prevents against those, well, some of the low-grade, but primarily the high-grade strains that can cause cancer. So the aim of the Ministry of Health at that time, and still now, is to try to get young girls vaccinated at an early stage, even before they've ever been exposed to having sex, which is how you get exposed to it.
Right.
Hence why they wanted to administer it like
early. Correct.
Yes.
So the time period for that is really from ages 9 to 14 to try and catch them at that early period before you've ever been exposed to it.
Right.
And it works just like any other vaccine, where you're exposed to a small amount of a replica of the virus, which then gives you immunity or protection, antibodies, which protect you for life, essentially.
So let me ask you
benefited?
So I wanted to find out,
Sure.
in terms of benefiting, but you talked about from, before they're exposed. What about women who are already sexually active? Would the vaccine work in the same way, or does the vaccine have the same efficacy in women who are already sexually active, but I just heard about the vaccine and doc, I want to take it now?
Right, yes. So it still has a good amount of efficacy even if you are sexually active or have become sexually active already. And the reason for that is that you have the different HPV strains, so you may not have been exposed to that HPV strain, 16 or 18, or many others, because the newest vaccine, which is Gardasil 9, covers up to 9 strains of HPV. Previously, it was only 4 strains that they would cover. And so with that increased coverage, even if you've been exposed before, it doesn't mean that it has affected your system negatively. You know, so previously as well, the age for coverage was up to age 26. That has now been extended based on research, and we have more data now to age 45. So you'll have a lot of women coming into the clinics or coming into office saying, "Hey doc, boy, I'm 28 now, I'm 30 now, I'm 35 now, my time for the vaccine gone." So no, it's actually up to age 45 now. So there is tremendous benefit in still getting the vaccine up to age 45.
And it's 2 injections still?
3.
3 now.
3.
Okay, so tell me, how do we take it? Because I remember it's like you take one now, then one 4 weeks later, 8 weeks later. Is that still the same?
Right, so for the Gardasil, you get one now, and then you get the second dose 2 months later, and then you get the third dose 4 months after that. So
and you're protected.
And then you're protected. So it's 0, 2 months, 6 months.
Okay.
But there is still good coverage if it is that you had only gotten 2 doses. So if you got one at now and then the second one 2 months, you still have good protection if it is that you didn't get to receive the third dose.
Doc, let's say that a woman has just done a PAP and there's an abnormality that has been identified, because that's why you do a PAP. I mean, she's panicking. What would you say to that person? What would you say to her spouse? In terms of the next steps, because it's a very crucial moment.
Sure. So abnormal pap smears, you have to break it down as well into what the abnormality is, right? Because A lot of times persons will hear, oh my God, my pap smear is abnormal. What is
But not every abnormality needs to raise an alarm.
Correct, correct. So we can break it down again into, you have, so how I like to explain it to my patients, you have normal over here, you have cancer over here, right? Anything between normal and cancer is considered abnormal. For it to move from normal to abnormal to cancer, though, is not an overnight thing. So it's not that today you're normal and then tomorrow you're going to wake up with cancer. Usually that takes place over a number of years, sometimes up to 10 years, right? And so if we can catch anything in that abnormal space, then we're able to treat it way before it reaches over here to the cancer stage.
So essentially cervical cancer is preventable?
It is definitely preventable, and that is why there is such a big push to try and get the screening done for cervical cancer, which is by doing a pap smear, and also preventative measures, which include getting the vaccine.
Let me ask you, sir, because a lot of people, a lot of women, probably this is your first time this morning hearing about a pap smear. How often should we be doing a pap smear? And getting out there, the myths and the, the sayings, oh, it got hot, it got this, it got that. How easy is a pap smear to be done?
So pap smear is very, very easy to be done. It's offered everywhere, meaning all local health clinics, private doctors, general practitioners, OBGYN. So it's very easy and it's accessible to do a pap smear. So the recommendation is that for all women over the age of 21 and over, once they become sexually active, then they should have a pap smear done every 3 years. Once you are considered low risk. If you are high risk in our population, it is recommended that you do a pap smear once a year. Generally speaking, we just do a pap smear once a year as part of your routine health screening, because what will happen is that if there's anything abnormal, obviously you'll catch it or you'll pick it up way before, right? So those are the current protocols now in terms of screening for a pap smear. There are a lot of myths, as you said, in terms of it can be painful, it's uncomfortable. My mother did tell me, said this thing hot. And furthest from the truth, right? Once a pap smear is done properly and correctly, it should not be painful at all. You may feel a little bit of pressure, may feel some discomfort, but it is quick and easy, and it is important to prevent something from happening adverse versus you catching up when the horse done gone through the gate.
Exactly, and that's part of our responsibility as adults. But you are a very responsible doctor, and you are a great corporate citizen, and you care about your female patients. 100%. And so you are having free pap smears, I hear?
Yeah, so in my own way, in trying to help, in light of Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, this month I chose to do 100 free pap smears at the office.
Wow.
So anybody over the age of 21 who is desirous of doing a pap smear, we wanted to extend that to the end of this month.
Wow.
So far I think we've gone about 30-something, 40-something.
Yeah.
So this week is pretty booked up. We're just doing pap smears just to at least offer it. I don't want it to be that, cost is a hindrance or anything else is an obstacle to get the screening done, and also to just raise the awareness of the importance of doing a pap smear.
Absolutely. Where are you located, and what are your opening hours?
So my office is Neo Medical, which is located at 76 Red Hills Road.
Okay,
the opening hours
across from Calabar High School.
Yeah, so it's the new plaza right across from Calabar.
M10 in it.
M10
is in the
Starbucks,
plaza.
everybody in
right, and then across from Calabar.
Right.
Okay, very well, yes.
And our opening hours are Monday to Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 1.
Very well. So, ladies, is this my camera right here? Ladies, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Dr. Kevin Henry has been so gracious to offer a free pap smear. I want to encourage each and every woman to get up and go and get your pap smear done. Prevention is better than cure. Do not listen to the naysayers. Do not listen to people who are trying to deter you. Your health is your responsibility, especially women. When you have your children, you have your families who are depending on you. This is something that you must do. You must place it on your list of priorities. I know as women, we're often tasked with taking care of husband and child and mother and family and everybody else, except except ourselves. I am asking, I am beseeching, I am imploring each and every one of you to make yourself, make your pap smear a priority. And Dr. Kevin Henry is doing free pap smears until the end of this month. If Dr. Henry is not your OBGYN, not a problem at all. Just go to your preferred OBGYN and get your pap smears done today. Get it done now. Delay is danger. And remember, you owe it to yourself to get your pap smears done. Okay? So, Dr. Henry, thank you so very much. And where can we find you on social media to get additional information?
Sure. So for me, it is at Dr. Kevin Henry, and or you can go to at my Neo Health.
Neo Health. All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. And if you know any female, by the way, call your female friends and let them know. You see, these are the things that we need to call our friends about, Dennis. Instead of call about people business, and for chat people, and for bring down people, and talk about mix up. These are the things. Girl, you know somebody that watched Dennis and Miss Kitty this morning? On Sunrise. I'm see one doctor name. Wait name again? Dr. Kevin Henry, yeah. And him say him do free pap smear. Yeah, girl. Make go now. Make take a lunchtime and go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Just like that. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Doc. Neo Medical, right over there, across from Calabar, the plaza. M10 is in the plaza too. So make sure you get there, all right? We're going to take another break, and we'll be right back right here on Sunrise.
Fans, get off the sidelines and join the action with Just Bet. Bet on your favorite teams anywhere online at www.supremegames.com or visit one of our 100 locations island-wide. With enough games and the best odds, you can win big with Just Bet. Be a part of the game. Feel the thrill of winning. Join the action with Just Bet. Must be 18 years old to bet. Game responsibly.
JN Bank Small Business Loans is linked to so many stories of ordinary Jamaicans and their extraordinary success.
We're very proud to have helped small, medium, and micro businesses come to life and thrive over the years.
It's a demonstration of our strong belief in the business ambitions of Jamaicans. Come, talk to us. Tell us your business. Let's start a partnership and let your business plans appear in real life.
Attention government pensioners paid by the Accountant General's Department. This is a reminder to submit your life certificate by Friday, January 31. Need assistance? We're here for you. Call us at 876-922-832027 or 876-829-2694 or 876-803-0404. The Accountant General's Department, committed to excellence, serving you is our priority.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
back for season 2 of Corner Office.
Back to school time.
We are highlighting small businesses, hard-working Jamaicans who are doing their own thing in their own spaces. People who are in their role, bossing up their role.
Let's go! Let's get it.
It's not if you own the company or not, it's how you own the role.
I feel like I'm patient right now.
Guess what? It is your Corner Office. Season 2, bigger and better. And guess what? You don't think it's not yet? Check it out. We're the end of the place. And that couple. Easy yourself.
All I know,
love will save the day.
CVM will save the day. That's right.
Thanks for staying with us.
Sunrise will save the day.
Sunrise. You know, a negativity, especially on social media, it has a way of spreading like a wildfire.
Yes.
Virality, if it's careless, it most likely will spread viral.
If it's toxic,
yeah.
If it's dysfunctional,
Chat people, disrespect, it have a way of going viral very easily. Well, we are trying to make positivity viral. Today, we've decided to highlight the work of a young lady named Brianna Vernon, who opted out of her 9-to-5, this must be stepping out on faith, to launch an online platform which solely promulgates positivity and faith-based content. Now, through blogs, social commentary, devotionals, and more, she's motivating her viewers and readers to embrace their positive identity, to think independently, and most importantly, to have faith in Almighty God. Help us welcome author, founder, editor-in-chief, executive producer of Noble Media Network, Brianna Vernon. Brianna.
Hello. Good morning. And
You're mad. You're mad.
She's faithful.
Is which God come and tell you in your ears?
God will answer. Yes, great is thy faithfulness.
Tell us where, the moment like you were sure that God was telling you, left your work and go and do this.
All right, so it was early last year, 2024. And, you know, when I was at my 9-to-5, I knew that God brought me there. So I always said, whenever I leave, it would be on God's time, right? And so, you know, you always get that feeling when you know God is telling you to do something, right? You get that,
the nudge.
That peace, that nudge. And so I went ahead early last year. And the thing is, I always knew that whenever I left, I would have started my own media brand. I even had the name, Noble Media Network, right? And so initially, when I started, it was just the social commentary podcast, the independent report. But as I was doing it, I realized, I love media, but the passion seems to not be there, which is weird because I know this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Fast forward now to later, last year I was at my family home in the living room with my mom, and we were watching TBN. You know, that's
my mother's station.
That's the International Christian Network.
Yes, man.
And
Lady March, good morning.
I was so surprised to see that they were doing journalism, of course, faith-based journalism.
Yes.
And so I turned to my mom, like I turned into you now, and I said, that is TBN. And even my mother said that she saw the wheels in my head started to turn. Because of course, you know, I've been a believer in Christ since 15.
Wow.
And so mixing my love for media now with journalism and with my faith, I was like,
perfect.
This is it. And so I even went into the bedroom and I'm like, I started to plot. I'm like, God, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do this? And I just knew from that point on, you know, and here we are.
But as you're a young woman, right? I mean, we're all young, but you know, you're younger. It's so easy or so much easier to delve into what is trending. And what is trending is normally, as Dennis mentioned before, the hate, the negative, and all of that. And unfortunately, we now live in a world where negativity, toxicity, and dysfunction pays a lot of money. So sometimes even persons on the media, Dennis, who are promulgating this negativity and toxicity, they might even want to do it or like it. But at the end of the day, it pays and pays a lot.
It's the good metric.
Yeah. So what would make you now, outside of God, go to this positivity where it seems like a lot of people not seem to gravitate toward it, or maybe your research says differently?
Purpose.
You
see, when you have purpose, and when you are so focused on it, it's very hard to stray without feeling, like you are not living your
Betraying
calling.
yourself,
Exactly.
yes.
And then, of course, I realized, in Jamaica, this is lacking. So this is a niche that I can now plug that gap. And I said, all right, for example, the US has CBN, Christian Broadcasting Network, TBN, all those. Jamaica will now have Noble Media Network, focusing on faith-based content.
So you say faith-based, like what you put on there. So for somebody who has never gone on your channel or gone on your page, like what is it that you put out?
It is mainly focused on biblical principles.
Okay.
But we call it faith-based because it is not necessarily, the aim is not necessarily to convert, but to encourage persons to walk out their God-given purpose. Because the thing is, even with Christianity, what we have to understand is each person has a different destiny that God has called them to, and it might not look as yours look or you or mine, and that doesn't mean that they're not, in their calling. And so Noble Media Network is really influencing persons to think independently, as you mentioned before. That's a big part of our mandate. Think independently, be authentic. Not because you're a Christian and I'm a Christian means say we are clones.
Yeah, the religious dogma.
That's it. So that's a big part of what we're doing.
In terms of content production and, for instance, journalism, storytelling from a Christian or a faith-based perspective, tell us how persons who are watching this conversation and saying, but I produce content and I don't have nowhere to put it, or I don't have a platform that's very accessible right now, how might persons then say, all right, I'm going to approach her because I think maybe my calling or my purpose is aligning with hers? Or like content creators, how are you partnering or willing to partner with them as a media network to produce more?
And it's so interesting because since I've launched, persons have already been reaching out to me. They want to come on and encourage other persons. So they can literally reach out to me via email, Instagram. On Instagram, it's Noble Media Net. The email is noblemedianetwork@gmail.com, website noblemedianetwork.com. And if you are someone who you really believe that God has called you to encourage other persons, you can reach out to me as other persons have. And let's see, we can find a slot.
What's the feedback you've been getting? Because, again, sometimes it's perception and it may be untrue, because I know that there are people out there who are positive, persons who have an elevated spirit and want that positivity. What has the media, the feedback been like from your viewers, from those persons who consume your content?
Because guess what I have observed as well, as you said, that a lot of persons, they are positive and they want that outlet, but they didn't have the space to really showcase that about themselves. And so when I launched, I saw a lot of persons reaching out to me. How can I, be a part of this? Can you interview me? Can you highlight this that I'm doing, faith-based creators? And so they have always, wanted that space, that outlet. And so when I launched, it's like they're saying, thank God, finally.
And people want to get up and also know, I can go to Noble Media Network. I'm going to get something positive for the day. And I just know where to go.
Absolutely.
Again, there are persons, we have to accept that we live in an era of social media. There are persons who are looking for, they might be saying, look here, I'm going to clean up my timeline. I'm going to unfollow some things that I need to unfollow. But I need to replace that. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not into social media. I need to follow some content or subscribe to some content.
That's uplifting and positive.
So, I mean, how might people be directed to your content and not beyond liking and subscribing to really plug into what you're doing?
So even the type of content we have, right? So as they go on the Instagram page, Noble Media Net, let's start off with Sunday. Sunday is a morning talk show, Talk More Soon, where I'm basically helping persons to, understand how they can become the highest version of themselves, self-actualization, right? That goes to the character that you have, that you're building for yourself, that goes to the skill sets, right? That's Talk More Soon at 10 a.m. Sundays bi-weekly. Then on Monday, this is one of my favorite ones, Prayer Walk. Every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. It's a mini audio devotional where it's basically for, those of us who have to wake up early in the morning like you guys. And you listen while you're getting ready for work, getting your children ready for school, and you're listening and you're getting that encouragement, because sometimes you really can't spend 1 hour, unfortunately, before the Lord. So that's what prayer walk is for. Now and then Wednesday, we speak with different persons for feature interviews, so persons who are really doing well in their field. We're highlighting them from a faith-based perspective. So these are believers in God.
Well, I want to highlight your book as well. You recently launched this book, Safe and Sound, 31 Days of Healing Inspiration. What led you to write this devotional?
All right, so this devotional is basically helping persons to overcome anxiety, right? And of course, anxiety has different layers. So if you are someone who is really battling with it and you need additional help, definitely get that from a therapist or a psychiatrist. But then we're now speaking about the layer of anxiety where sometimes we think ourselves into an anxious rut because we have an unhealthy thought life. And that has been kind of my case, especially when you have a personality that is kind of, you're a perfectionist, and so you're planner, and your mind is going like so fast. And so you will find yourself, without even realizing, in an anxious rut. And so what the book is doing now, 31 days, from day 1 to day 31, it is presenting a question to you. For example, it's saying, in what area can I forgive myself today? In what area can I set a boundary? And it is leading you to face yourself. To not run from that inner turmoil, but to face yourself.
Where can we buy it?
You can buy it on Amazon right now. Safe and Sound, 31 Days of Healing Inspiration, Brianna Vernon. Hoping soon to get it in stores here on the island.
I love that. Positivity is what you need, and I'm happy that you are one of those purveyors of that, because far too often we just leave ourselves to the darkness, and the truth is, if we don't turn on the light, we cannot get rid of the darkness. So congratulations to you, Brianna, all the best. Our guest this morning has been Brianna Vernon, author, founder, editor-in-chief, and executive producer of Noble Media Network. Stay tuned. Sunrise only gets better right after these messages.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVM TV.
The Ministry of National Security presents Cyber Smart Conference 2025, February 11 to 12 from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. at the AC Marriott Hotel under the theme Stay Safe in Cyberspace. Join leading experts and professionals to advance cybersecurity practices and build a safer cyberspace for all. Gain the knowledge and tools to address emerging threats in the digital world. To register and for more details, visit mns.gov.jm. That's the Cyber Smart Conference 2025, February 11 to 12 at the AC Marriott Hotel. See you there!
Black Stallion, formulated with natural herbs and regular usage, will improve strength, stamina, and performance. Black Stallion now has horny goat weed to give maximum satisfaction. Black Stallion now has strong back roots to strengthen your upper and lower back muscle. Know your Black Stallion.
For strength, stamina, and performance, Black Stallion, the bedroom tonic. The stallion in you.
Supermed Family of Pharmacies is your trusted partner in health and wellness for over 30 years. With 8 convenient pharmacies across Eastern Jamaica. Supermed Mall Pharmacy, Supermed New Kingston, Supermed Pepine, Supermed Port Antonio Pharmacies 1 and 2, Claire's St. Mary, Lloyd's St. Thomas, and a convenient drive-through at our Hughenden location where you can get your medication without leaving your car. We're dedicated to providing you with the highest level of care. Experience the difference with Supermed family of pharmacies. Super happy, super healthy.
And you go down and have a good day. Blessing. Supermed.
This is the Aedes aegypti mosquito that spreads the Zika, chikungunya, and dengue viruses. Search for its breeding sites and destroy them.
A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The time by the Ministry of Health and Wellness is 7:45.
Black Stallion, formulated with natural herbs and regular usage, will improve strength, stamina, and performance. Black Stallion now has horny goat weed to give maximum satisfaction. Black Stallion now has strong back roots to strengthen your upper and lower back muscle. Know your Black Stallion.
For strength, stamina, and performance. Black Stallion, the bedroom tonic. Bring out the stallion in you.
You can get so much more when you shop on credit at Quartz. Get more of the furniture, appliances, and electronic brands you love with up to 30% off all January. Get more flexibility with low monthly payments and up to 48 months to repay. Get more of what you need right away and pay later. Get more convenient repayment methods via Quartz.com, bank transfer, or in-store. Get more protection for your purchase with Super Shield. Get more value with Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Now, welcome back to FREEZONE, Free Zone. Yeah, y'all wonder why I'm spelling the word, but we've been hearing some big words all morning, from morning checkup to a conversation with the neurosurgeon. Yeah, Dr. Carl Bruce. So in today's Free Zone, we'll be testing the spelling ability of our hosts, Auntie Mrs. Kitty and Uncle Dennis Brooks. Are you ready?
Why would you do this? Spelling, Diego?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And we don't even have a pen or paper.
Sir, this is no which pen and paper. So when I call your name, you're gonna step up to the mic. You're gonna spell the word. If you get it wrong, you hear the buzz.
You look at this on us like this.
This is not good. Are you guys ready? This is not good. Ladies before gentlemen, Mrs. Kitty, please step to the mic.
The man will lead.
Your first word is handkerchief.
Handkerchief. Can you use, what part of speech is handkerchief?
Noun.
It's a noun. Can you use it in a sentence, please?
I'm gonna use my handkerchief to wipe my face.
Handkerchief. Can you say where the etymology of the word is, please?
Dennis, would you like to spell the word handkerchief?
Handkerchief. Handker. No, lie. HAND. Yeah, KERCHIEF. Handkerchief.
There we go. Well done. Well done. Dennis Brooks. Your word is fuchsia.
I'll accept that wickedness.
FUTURE. Future. I'm just spelling future.
You know that is spelled future. Fuchsia.
Can't trick me, right? Misspell with my ear.
Yeah, that is so true. I agree. I agree to my friend.
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia. We don't spell fuchsia, we wear it. We don't spell fuchsia, we wear fuchsia.
You want me to spell it for you?
FUSCIA.
All right, that was wrong.
That wrong too?
Yeah, it's FUCHSIA.
You're lucky, me no seamstress.
No, this is your word. Stay at the mic, please.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, your word is paraphernalia.
Father God.
Would you like me to give you the meaning of the word?
No.
Okay.
Paraphernalia. Paraphernalia. P-A-R-A-P-H-A-N-A-L-I-A. Someone saw.
Dennis, would you like to try?
Man, for write it down, sir.
Paraphernalia. P-A-R-A-P-H-E-R-N-A-L-I-A.
That is correct.
Right. No, you pronounce it wrong, Paul.
No,
exactly.
You come from Balafaba, but you can't
paraphernalia.
Paul, I talk too much.
Paraphernalia.
Dennis, step to the microphone, please. Your word is idiosyncratic. I'm pretty sure you got it.
Idiosyncratic. IDIOSYNCRATIC.
Brilliant, okay.
Brilliant.
Mrs. Kitty? Your word is super casual. I'm joking.
No, man. Super casual,
Your word is phlegmatic, which means expressing little or no emotion. Would you like me to use it in a sentence for you?
Please do. Come on, I want to be phlegmatic right now.
He portrays the phlegmatic British character on the show.
Phlegmatic. Is that like phlegm in your throat?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, phlegm. All right, P-H-L-E-G, matic.
Yeah, you got that.
M-A-T-I-C.
Yeah, we know you got that. All right, hold on.
As a phlegmatician. Yeah, what does your spell?
Then it's up to the microphone, please.
What may I tell you? Phlegmatic.
Your word is sesquipedalian.
No, man. We not for go down. Sex, what is that? Sorry.
Sesquipedalian. Using long or complicated words unnecessarily. Would you like me to
like
use
what
that
you're
in a
doing right
sentence?
now?
Right?
Like what you're doing right now?
You're sexful Canadian. You. Jesus.
Say the word again, please.
Sesquipedalian.
You can't say cesspool then. That long.
I don't know how to spell it. I don't know.
Yeah.
C-E-S. S-E-S? S-E-S. Q-U-I-P-E or P-I. P-E-D.
Pedalian.
A-L-I-A-N. I'm not.
Almost.
Eh?
Instead of P-E.
P-A?
Instead of P-E-D-A.
P-A-E-D?
No.
What?
Where you say P-E-D-E, right?
Yeah. P-E-D-I.
P-E-D-A.
Oh.
Pedalian. Yeah. Mrs. Kitty, would you like to
can't
step to
spell
the mic?
pneumonia.
This one is easy.
You saw the video on TikTok with the pneumonia. Do you see the video?
P-N-E. Monia.
Your word is protean.
Oh?
Protean.
Like protein? Like protein
South
powder?
Africa?
Yes. Protean.
What was South Africa?
The Proteas?
What?
Yeah.
Proteas.
I don't know them.
You're at the match. What do you mean you don't know them?
Oh, sorry.
May I try to throw it at you?
Glory, hallelujah, praise God.
Me try.
But you know everything.
Protean. Protean.
As a protean, right?
It is difficult to comprehend the whole of this protean subject.
P-R-O-T-I-A-N. You're lucky.
P-R-O-T-E-A-N.
I don't mean I say too. You too rush me. You rush me. As a sesquipedalian.
Dennis, let me give you one more word.
Yes, a sesquipedalian.
I feel like a foolishness this now.
No, it's not.
I feel like I see the look on your face.
I can write.
Quotidian.
You see all that now?
Quotidian.
Your granny not
This
like
is simple,
you.
Dennis. Come on.
For that. Yeah.
Quotidian?
Quotidian. Something that is of daily occurrence.
Quotidian.
That's what I can't satisfy a quota. Quotidian.
Quotidian.
I'm a quotidian because I mean.
May I have the language of origin, please?
English.
You lie.
I I don't have that on my paper.
No, but you have it as a fifth quotidian. Yeah, you have to know it, you see?
Quotidian,
So I don't want to bring down black people.
There we go. TDN. Come on, Dennis.
T-I-D-I-A-N.
Exactly. There you go.
What's it? What is the spell of quotidian?
Quotidian.
Miss Kitty, one last word for you. This is pretty simple.
Spell la 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 la.
L-A-L-A-L-A-L-A-L-A-L-A-L-A hyphen.
Your word is
money. M-O-N-I-M-O-N-E-Y. Spell dinero. D-I-N-E-R-O. Spell pesos. P-E-S-O-S.
Pound sterling.
The pound P-O-U-N-D-S-T-E-R-L-I-N-G. Give me another
Spell
one.
greenback.
Greenback. G-R-E-E-N-B-A-C-K. That's a spell all about the Benjamins, baby. Benjamins. B-E-N-J-A-M-I-N-S. It's all about the Benjamins, baby. Yes.
Spell loonies and toonies.
Loonies. Sorry, what you say? All right.
guys.
Exacerbate, what you say?
No, actually, that's all the time we have for today.
Oh, okay. Exacerbate the whole thing right now.
T-H-E-T-S-A-L-L-T-H-E-W-E-H-A-V-E. That's all the time we have.
Guys, that's all we have. That's all the time we have for today. No, truly. Once again, guys, I'm your game master.
Are we breaking or are we ending?
No, we're breaking.
Okay.
We're breaking B-R-E-A-K.
Yes. All right, so U-P-R-I-G-H-T-A-F-T-E-R-T-H-I-S B-R-E-A-K-W-E-W-I-L-L R-I-G-H-T-B-A-C-K. See that? As I said for today.
Hey you know all the people in your business?
You should take advantage of CVM TV's unbeatable small business advertising package. Trust me. And get your goods and services in front of your customers today.
For $150,000, you get a high-quality professional commercial.
Plus 20 prime-time commercial spots.
That's massive exposure at a fraction of the cost.
Including on the #1 morning show in Jamaica, Sunrise.
So don't wait. Call us on 658-208-5377 and see your business goals happen right here on CVM Television.
YouTube.
YouTube. Y-O-U-C-H-U-B-E. YouTube. Put this my YouTube.
Thanks to all my YouTubers. They're saying that we're a vibe. We are a vibe.
It's always a vibe.
Hello, and you guys are a vibe. Yeah. We love it.
You give us the energy we need.
Hi, Yvonne. Good morning. Hi, AA. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing this morning? Good morning to everybody watching.
It's been a good morning.
No, it's great. But Paul is a problem.
Paul?
Yeah.
Paul from which accent does he come on TV with? Like his TV accent. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand that right now, Paul is behind the camera and he has a different accent.
Yeah.
So that is why it's so hard to spell the words. Because when he steps in front of the camera, he's now Pablo.
Without the Escobar.
It becomes Pablo.
Pablo Blanco.
Yo quiero.
Quiero Taco Bell. I gotta tell you. But how is it 8 o'clock, Dennis?
A quick and fast.
Something needs to happen. I think we need like a gap half hour or something because it is totally not cool that the show just finished so quick.
Just finish. It just wrap up. But that's all the time we have.
Yeah,
Thank you very much for just really just being with us this morning.
Yeah, and for choosing us on a Tuesday, as we always choose you.
All right. So if you missed anything, are you sure you want your favorite stuff?
Drop off at Come soup boss.
He is Miss Thomas's post today.
you know?
But we're going to leave him alone.
As a British puss.
As an England puss.
Yes. Yeah.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
That's where we're going to leave it right there.
Yes.
Right there. Hop on over to YouTube at Sunrise CVM and just give us a follow. And